This is a WTJX News Brief. The Department of Interior and EHI Acquisitions, the current operator of Canal Bay Resorts on St. John, have reached an understanding to move forward with negotiations towards a long-term lease for the Canal Bay Resort and for the National Park Service to begin the next phase of environmental site assessments at that property. Through our shared understanding, we can, in good faith, continue our work to rebuild Canal Bay and re-enter negotiations towards a long-term lease of this treasured resort, said Assistant Secretary for Fish and Wildlife and Parks Rob Wallace. Gary Engel, president of EHI, said, "We're gratified by this significant step in the positive progress towards rebuilding Canal Bay, helping return St. John to a world-class destination, and the important economic engine this will provide to St. John." Canal Bay Resort closed following Irma and Maria, the back-to-back Category 5 hurricanes that devastated the territory in 2017. Governor Bryan praised the lifting of the injunction that barred the government from collecting excise taxes. The government can now return to collecting those excise taxes beginning January 1 of 2021 after the Bureau of Internal Revenue was able to show that it's adopted an electronic system that assigns excise tax to importers as well as local manufacturers. Certainly some welcome news at a time when revenue for the government is in a precarious place because of the COVID pandemic. This decision provides some leeway to use the additional revenue from excise taxes for critical government projects that are key to stabilizing the economy and the government of the Virgin Islands. Excise taxes account for about $40 million in annual revenue for the government. St. Croix's Insular Superintendent Carlos McGregor is asking parents, due to CDC regulations, to help with transporting their children to school because less children can now board the bus due to the pandemic.
In keeping with the CDC social distancing guidelines, school buses will carry less than half of their capacity on each pickup. So we are asking for parents to please assist. If you can bring your child to and from school, we ask you to help us and do so. Students are required to wear a mask at the bus stop and while being transported to and from school on the bus.
For the very first time in history of the program, a U.S. Virgin Islands resident won the U.K. government's prestigious Marshall Scholarship. St. Thomas resident Leah Trotman was among 46 recipients of the 2021 Marshall Scholarship announced by the British government this week. The winners, considered to be among the best and brightest university students in the United States, were chosen following a rigorous selection process. Trotman said some of her long-term professional goals include serving in an executive role in an international public health agency focused on Caribbean and Latin American health and disaster relief efforts. Trotman said, "Ultimately, I hope someday to run for governor of the Virgin Islands, where I would not only strengthen disaster relief, but also the territory's entire infrastructure." That's your WTJX News Brief. I'm Doug Harris.